April 20th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it true? Or is it the truth? I can read. People pay me to read. Okay.
It's fine. Well, now, I think you would know the answer to that.
Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries.
You are...
I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Not like you have, a badge for that. What happened to that, by the way? Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome.
I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff.
Justice. Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me.
You did well, Apollo.
Can I ask you something?
Sure. Technically, you already did.
Oh my god. Listen, just because you're a dad now doesn't mean you have to make shitty jokes all the time, okay? Like, come on.
It's actually required. They give us a little piece of paper that says we have to make shitty jokes all the time.
Okay, I know I said that you would never lie to me, but I'm pretty sure that's a lie. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure that's a lie.
No, I would never lie to you.
Okay, anyway, that locket you wear. Is that really yours, Mr. Wright?
Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket.
Yes, that was like the big thing that we were talking about in there.
Here, you can take a look at it. There's a picture of my daughter in there. That's a picture of my daughter. I can also read.
Well, that's a picture. That's a picture of your daughter, I guess. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. There goes my hero worship crush. I mean, what?
Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days.
I just don't ask me to babysit, though. One more question. The one who cheated that night. Was it you?
What do you think?
That wasn't an open-ended question. Like that I don't know what kind of storytelling class you went to. That's not okay, whatever. Huh?
You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat.
I never. Honest. But it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years.
Want to know something?
Yes? I'm a lawyer. Yes.
There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case.
Poker is like trial law?
Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win.
Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds.
I think not.
You can't just say that something is true or not. That's not how, facts work. But okay, whatever.
Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. Body language!
You're kidding.
That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
No. Come on, who'd notice that?
Like...
Like anyone who's paying attention, Apollo.
Yeah! It's your job. Words, habits, twitches, that's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. It's not gathering facts and information about the case or interrogating witnesses.
Yeah, it's not any of that. It's figuring out which person will break. but I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals.
No, you can do it.
Uh-huh.
You just don't know it yet.
What's he talking about?
But you will, soon. Almost forgot. One more thing about this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. You've been lying on the stand! The amount of perjury in this first trial is wild. The amount of perjury...
There's so much perjury throughout the entire Ace Attorney series. It's like expected, like everybody who gets on the stand will perjure themselves at some point for some reason. It's insane.
I want to do a chart of the amount of badness in a normal person, but it's like the amount of perjury in a normal trial and the amount of perjury and is unusually high for your side.
This is the amount of perjury that's in this trial. This is the amount of perjury in a normal trial. This is far too high.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? I knew it.
I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to know. Apollo, I need you to be there defending me. I need your power.
My lawyer power? I had no idea my cords of steel were that special.
Is this a shonen anime? Are we doing a shonen anime? Did you lie to me? It's time.
You know.
The real trial begins now. Do your best. This feels like a show. All of that sequence, that whole sequence.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. It is incredibly very shonen-y. I just feel like it's not quite there. I will say in the anime, when they like object super hard, sometimes like the other lawyer will go flying.
Okay.
Which is pretty fun. Oh, we're back in the court. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, the recess is over. That was 20 minutes. Okay.
Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again.
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession? Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Yeah. Not.
Yes, she looks like a Pokemon trainer.
Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orley. Oh, really? Wanna know something else? I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like, oh, really? There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you... Let me start that again. Let me remind you that you are currently under oath.
That has
Not that that means anything in this universe. Like, I've never arrested anyone for lying on the stand. What the fuck?
She should already be under arrest for perjury.
I know. What the fuck is this? Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game, as a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim? Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple. Elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. I just want to say that Phoenix is enjoying this way too much.
Yeah, that's he does not look... This looks like a man who is either like, this might as well happen, or is enjoying this far too much.
Maybe a little of both.
Honestly, yeah. Phoenix is at a point where this might as well happen.
I like how you can see his little spikies in his beanie.
Oh, I did not know. How much gel is in those spikes?
I think there's just permanent gel just stuck in there for like years.
No, I can't.
You can't get it out in the shower anymore.
I'm thinking about the amount of gel residue in that man's hair right now, and I do just kind of want to dunk his whole head in like a hot water.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay.
Gel is water soluble. It should be.
Yeah. I remember that when I was in high school, I used to wear like mountains of mousse every day.
Oh.
To make... Yeah, because I had like these amazing curls that I wanted to keep like as pristine as possible. So I just like slathered them in mousse. And instead of showering in the morning sometimes, I would just dunk my head in the shower and then the mousse would reform.
Okay, so I put a lot of mousse in my hair in high school as well for my curls. Never that much. I don't think the mousse ever reformed.
Yeah, mine just kind of, I could just re-scrunch it and it would reset.
You know what, though? Our curls are different, so that
yeah, our curls are different, yeah.
Mine needed a lot of, they were bad.
I mean, yeah, I've got, full white person curls, so.
Yeah. I'm so glad we've learned to moderate the mousse usage.
Oh, I love that for us. And you just cut your hair like super short. I mean, you're growing it back out, but it's back to my shoulder blades. It's so weird.
It's so long.
Oh my
God. But no, at one point I just cut it all off. We fully buzzed my head at one point.
Yeah.
But
all right, anyway, sorry. Hair tangents. I just saw the spikes and I got passionate about hair products.
The spikes are distressing under the beanie. Okay.
Yeah, okay. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. You swap the cards. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it. Would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh, really, Orly? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree. The trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. Phoenix Wright, even. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orley.
That's the gayest nickname I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Sorry, like, ma'am? What else do those fingers do, ma'am?
Ma'am?
Hello? Hey, you free for it? Oh, really? To get it, because I did the thing with her name now. The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick. Cute. Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad! When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung.
Witness testimony. The best laid traps.
That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good cheating defendant.
Okay, so I'd like to say.
Mhm.
Oh no, I'm ahead of the game. I'm jumping the game mechanics.
Okay, great. We love to hear it. A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect! If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors?
She is also a criminal. She's a witness and a criminal.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we have to push her anytime that she touches her neck. I think Mr. Wright just sort of handed us that one.
He gave us a free
sort of.
Okay. Yes, I see.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we're getting given free giveaway cards.
See, we haven't learned the other mechanic yet, so I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, okay. Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright, thoroughly and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... What was that just now? I sensed something.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder?
Yes!
Duh!
Your eyes just did negative vision. And you're just gonna be like, that was weird.
Yeah, hey. Miss Orley, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You? Me? Quick fingers, Orley?
The defense will refrain from baseless accusations.
I have one question for the witness, then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
Oh my god, vibe check.
Vibe check. The vibes in this courtroom are fucking rancid right now.
That witness, for instance, Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
Dun, dun, dun. Touching her neck, was it?
Thank you for the zoom in. What is happening?
Whoa, what's going on? The sensation. It's coming into focus. There, that twitch, it's so clear. It's like I can perceive her habit, like I couldn't before. Gotcha!
I'm sorry. That was the Sharingan.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Chell. It's not a shonen, Chell. No, it's definitely not. It's a court drama, Chell.
It's a court drama. There's nothing unnatural about it. It's just he's very perceptive, and also sometimes he has a magic ability to see things.
I forgot about the magic. I was so caught up in the fact that you could perjure yourself on the stand. I forgot there was magic.
Ms. Orley, perhaps you were unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand.
You're gonna tell her?
My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. Okay, let me see. I completely forget. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, it must be this. Maybe. Maybe? It's been a while.
Why? Okay.
Okay, whenever she talks about it, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? But something doesn't fit. If you were the only witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain?
What's he talking about now?
It was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit, not you.
This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness habits, they're completely irrelevant.
Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Ms. Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Yet, I am knowing nothing.
Oh my god.
We know you're not Russian. Just, you know when you go Russian when you're caught in a lie?
Yeah, your normal defense mechanism of becoming Russian.
Yeah, some people are Russian to cope.
Oh my god.
The witness will testify, please. Now. Bah, fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Okay. Was that
didn't?
Okay, so that's the one we already pressed on. So this just added that to the testimony.
Yeah. What if we go back further?
Okay, I didn't let him out of my sight.
Didn't he go upstairs to call the cops?
Yeah,
So-
he did. There's the phone record. All right.
Yeah.
Objection! Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. I love when they break on the stand. It's so fun. The man who picked up a puddle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant.
Oh my God. Who could have seen that coming?
Oh my god. What? You mean he's innocent?
Sepia time.
Flashback.
Showdown time.
You dirty cheat. Check his pockets now. It's gone. The card's gone.
You lose.
Okay. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right. And he hit me. You, some master of cheating you turned out to be. When I came to, the victim was already dead. Oh, the victim was already dead, is that it? Sorry, I was doing my best Olga Orly impression. I've been working on those. I'm in an improv group now. Okay, that's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us?
Madness. This is madness. I'm dreaming. It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all of this.
Oh my god, there was a fifth person!
There was a second bottle and a fifth person.
It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Ms. Orley a big, fat liar. What? 3 were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled, the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder.
Wow, big words.
Yeah, yes, I've been practicing my words quite a bit. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm quite verbose. Good with words, a silver-tongued lawyer, if you will. What? I'm no killer! It's a trap! Someone's trying to frame me!
What a tangled web we weave when we practice to deceive.
See, now he's doing fucking poetry. And everyone's like, oh, Christoph, you shouldn't say any poetry in the courtroom. It's distracting. And then everyone else has their turn.
This one, I think, is philosophy and not poetry.
Ugh. Is there any difference when it comes down to it? Fuck.
Like, slightly? So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. Wright?
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph, Gavin.
What are you saying?
Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder.
Right. Like Mr. Wright was saying before recess.
How did Mr. Gavin know the cards were blue? Anyways, a single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know the two colors. And the one who swapped the card didn't know two colors of card were being used. A fourth person. Ha! This theory again. Your fourth person doesn't exist. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception.
Except when you lie on the stand repeatedly and nothing happens.
Except for all the lying. The perfect place to catch the real criminal.
The real criminal?
And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. Right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error.
He or she or they wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards.
Right, but how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there is one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue.
Yeah, I had that impression too. But why?
It's been 20 minutes, Apollo. Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? It's been 20 minutes.
It's like a Dora the Explorer. Can you spot the murder?
I am going insane. It's not me, I swear.
Who is this fourth person?
Okay, I have a real question.
Yes.
I know who the fourth person is. Chell, and I would like to say, how did he put together such an outfit when he can't tell blue from red?
The thing is, he can. I think he was just in a hurry.
Oh, okay.
I think he just got sloppy.
Oh, that doesn't seem likely.
He's, yeah, it doesn't seem likely. You're right.
Okay.
Why do I always get put on the spot like this? It's just like fucking high school.
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? This is Christoph Gavin. I'm not gonna... Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. Stupid.
I was right? No, you're Justice.
I'm right. You're Justice. That's Christoph Gavin, and he's a murderer. Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night.
But, of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards.
How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is in black and white. I said that, I think, 45 minutes ago recording time.
You did. You immediately, as soon as you saw the picture, you were like, how does he know they're blue? It was very good.
You can't tell which of these cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table.
But look! You can see the colors in this photo.
Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light.
It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
Well, Christoph?
Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. I needed to think about what I'm going to eat for dinner after this, whole situation blows over, because you have no fucking evidence.
And not my big lie I'm about to say.
Yeah, definitely not thinking up a lie. Because I'm not lying, obviously. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Look at my little pink bow. I'm fantastic. How could you accuse me of murder?
He's wearing an excessively formal suit. Sorry, I have to point this out before he gets arrested for murder. The suit that he's wearing is excessively formal. The collar is an extremely formal collar, and the kind of suit lapels that they are, the slightly pointed up in a way, the winged lapels are a more formal cut of suit, a formal cut of lapel than another lapel, and a double-breasted with a vest. That's insanely formal for a courtroom. Anyways.
I mean, this is the series where the one main prosecutor wears a cravat, so,
I understand, but I just would like to point out that this is wild.
It is kind of funny considering his brother, but yeah, we'll get there.
Oh, Kristoff? You know, even I'd never take a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder? I assure you, I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started.
What are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. Objection. The defense would like to request no such thing.
Oh my god, the girls are fighting.
Oh my god, the defense attorneys are fighting! Mr. Gavin, testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related?
That's a smile of a man I trust.
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Ms. Orley... Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? Of fucking course they do.
Yeah, if you click no need, the game just ends and you get to, Mr. Wright gets arrested and you work for a murder.
Yeah, it's MVD. He probably has, connections to, some big money, so, you'll at least be made as far as that goes.
With that suit, absolutely.
Right? This is Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. At 2, Justice, you would betray me, your teacher, your beloved mentor, your stand-in father figure. You know, I mean everything to you. I know this.
You had to ask us at the start of this trial if we knew what a cross-examination was.
Yes, I've taught you everything I know. And you would stab me in the back.
Vibe check.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth.
I really thought he was going to say justice.
This is about justice. That was a better line. Fuck.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please.
Witness testimony. Appetite before murder.
I like what that implies to me. Anyway.
Yeah. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. That is the order I would do things as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think anybody would. Like, somebody gets hit, and you go, okay, I'm peacing out. I have to make a call. Like, we cannot tolerate this. And then go upstairs, make the call, come back down, and then everything's on fire suddenly.
Yeah, and I also think it's reasonable to call a defense attorney.
Yeah,
if
just
the person,
immediately.
If you were in a room with someone and now they're dead.
I really like that way of thinking, though. Like, I mean, Phoenix is just like, listen, everyone I know gets accused of murder at some point. If they are alone with a dead body, they get accused of murder. I've seen it happen so many times. So I'm going to just, hedge my bets and get a defense attorney.
Yeah. Reasonable.
Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Boat Club the night of the murder.
I dine with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder.
Exactly.
I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him.
You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial.
The only thing I want is the truth.